on the Readabout, 3 thought-provoking books on American garbage, specifically the United States. The first book we begin with is Wasted: How We Squander Time, Money, and Natural Resources and What We Can Do About It, by Byron, Reese, and Scott Hoffman. I thought the best part of this book is the philosophy section. It mentions wasted human potential. What prevents humans from meeting their potential? Poverty, malnutrition, lack of clean water, lack of health care, lack of education, sexism, racism, abuse, injuries, chemicals, war. And when people's basic needs are not being met, that costs a lot of time and money. Another important question from the book is, what do we value? If we don't value our environment, we aren't going to be interested in reducing our waste. Now, the book mentions different types of waste, problems, solutions, but overall, I did not prefer this book. It was difficult to read because it uses an analytical and philosophical presentation of information. If this, then that, and then it's considered waste. But if this, and then this, then it's not considered waste. And it led me to analysis paralysis. However, if you have an analytical mind or a lawyer debating type mind, you might love this book. The second book is Throwaway Nation: The Ugly Truth About American Garbage, by Jeff Dondero. This book is an excellent resource book, well organized. Each chapter talks about a different type of waste, whether it's space waste, municipal waste, a 40-hour work week waste, pet waste, government spending waste. And each chapter starts with a problem, the facts, some solutions, and a list of sources, making it perfect if you want to plan a presentation or a lesson plan or a book report. I thought a lot of this information is current. It was published in 2019, so if you use this book for a book report, you might want to check on a couple of the facts. A couple of interesting statistics from the book are America's obsession with perfectionism is wasteful. Tons of produce rots in the field and doesn't even make it onto a truck to the grocery store because it's not the right size. It's not the right color. Oh, it has a blemish. People don't want to buy imperfect fruit. And worse, we do the same thing with fish. 40 to 60% of the fish that are caught are thrown in the garbage. That waste is enough to cover the protein needs of 11 million people for 1 year. That's pathetic. The United States makes up 5% of the world's population, but we use 25% of the planet's energy. And we waste 60 to 80% of it. That's enough to power the United Kingdom for 7 years. Whew. And one last fact from this book: the average American employee works 47 hours a week, and 39% of people work over 50 hours. When you consider the stress, the health issues, and the bad decision-making from overtired employees, that's a lot of waste. If you enjoy statistics and facts, this is a great book as a resource. The next book is Total Garbage: A Messy Dive into Trash, Waste, and Our World, by Rebecca Donnelly. This is a juvenile book, but it is great for kids and adults because it explains the basic overall problem with garbage, giving the history of dumps, landfills, incinerators, and ocean dumping. It mentions different types of waste, the problems, the solutions, and it mentions environmental justice, which is when the people in the affluent areas are spending more money, buying more products, traveling more, they're creating more waste. But they're not dealing with the negative side effects of it. But the poor areas are dealing with the polluting industries, the landfills, and the incinerators. They're breathing in the pollution. And they have higher rates of cancer, asthma, respiratory diseases. And it's not fair that one section of our population has to deal with a greater amount of the side effects. Yes, we all create waste, but we all need to take responsibility for it. A couple points that Donnelly makes is if we continue to care more about money than health, safety, and environment, our garbage problem is going to get worse. And let's not get stressed out about our garbage, and let's not stress other people out about garbage, because it may end up in an argument and cause resistance. Instead, try to focus on your own garbage and about small changes that you can make to reduce your garbage. Lead by example. Thanks for watching. Keep on reading and have a great week.